All right, y'all, so it is yard sale morning. Axel is up bright and early. He's gonna help me. Already got a bunch of stuff out here on our dolly. So let's go ahead and take the first load. All right, we ready? First load.
Yeah.
Hopefully not drop anything. I loaded it up pretty high this time, so. Okay, thank you. If you've been keeping up with my stockpile sales, you know that this is, I think, my third sale of the year. So I normally price my items for around 50% off of Walmart prices. So I still make some money, but it gives people a really good deal. So Axel and I are just putting everything out. It was really nice for him to help me this morning. Then my camera fell down and I didn't realize. So now you just get to watch the clouds go by for a couple of seconds. If you're new to my channel, I coupon at multiple stores every week, so I keep some items for my family and the other items I sell. The most customers that I get are from my online ads that I put out about my sale. So normally the day before my sale, I will post on Facebook, Marketplace, and then it will also give you the option to post in multiple different sites. So I normally will post in the different yard sale sites in my area. I'll put a listing showing what I have, a few pictures, and a description. And normally that gets quite a bit of customers. I also put out a few signs, but a lot of times I've experienced that my signs either get stolen or just, I don't know, taken, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of times my signs do disappear. If they do make it through the sale, then what I normally do is I just reuse the sign by changing the date on it the next sale. So saves money from having to buy multiple signs. But for the most part, like I said, I advertise online the day before, and I normally do my sales starting at 8 a.m. I normally try to have everything set up and all finished by around 7:30 at least, because the last couple of sales I have had people show up as early as 7:30. Even though it's posted for 8 o'clock. So I like to just be completely prepared early because I know there's going to be some early birds, and I don't want to be trying to set up my stuff and answering questions and trying to do all of that because it can get hectic, especially if I have several people at once. Some of you guys have told me that you don't really have an area to have a sale, and you know, as you can see, I normally set up in my driveway. But if you don't have a place at your home that you are able to set up a sale, like if you live in an apartment or something like that, maybe see if you have a good friend or a family member that would be okay with you having a sale at their house. That could be a possible option. I do sometimes sell some things for my mom when I have sales, because of the fact that she does not have an area really to have a sale, or she doesn't feel like the sale would do very well in her area. So that is something to think about if you want to have a sale, but you just don't really have the means. Another option would be if you were to just post on the Facebook Marketplace and possibly just advertise bundles, so you can have items that you have available, how many of each item you have, and then people may want to either pick up an order, or you can meet somewhere like in a public place for them to pick up an order, so you can still make some money from your stockpile even if you're not able to have a sale like this. I personally like doing the sale just because in the few times that I've met up with people, it always seems to be a little bit of a hassle, and people want to, give you a hard time of where to meet and all that. So this is my preferred method of having sales, and I'm trying to do better this year and have more than just one sale in the whole year. Like I've done in the previous years, I've only had like 1 or 2 sales. So I'm proud of myself for doing it a few times this year. After this sale, it will definitely take me a little while to recoup my stockpile before I can have another one, but this does definitely help get a little extra income for my family. Right, y'all, so as you know, every time I do the table with 50-cent items, so a lot of travel size items and makeup, I just sell for 50 cents. That's the way that I have sold them the best, just because, a lot of times when I sell them for higher than that, they don't sell. So that's why I like to just move them, get them out of here, 50 cents each, and people get a good deal and I get rid of them. Then we have lots of laundry products, different things like that. I don't have as many laundry products as I normally do, but I think it's still a good bit. Laundry products I normally sell for about $3 each, unless it's a large bottle like this, in which I sell for $6. A lot of my items are priced anywhere from $1 to $5. Some things are higher. I do have my price list I've got to bring out here, so that way you guys can see that as well. But I normally do about 50% off of Walmart prices, sometimes cheaper depending on what the item is. We've got body washes I normally do for $3 each, and then I also have shampoo, conditioner, other hairstyling products that I'll do $3 each, or 2 for $5. Put out a couple of things that I've had on hand for a little bit that people may be interested in that are a little different. Got plenty of wipes and diapers and pull-ups and all that good stuff. And then I've got the razors, disposable razors I sell for $2, non-disposable razors I do $3 each, so a hefty discount from what it is at the store right now. I have a few deodorants, not much, so just add a few of those out, some little gift sets and different things. I'll have to put this in a different area. Actually, I have some medicine on a different table, so I'm gonna do that. Chloe's got some of her like sweaters and clothes and stuff out here, so I put several things over here. And then we have, of course, all of our mouthwash, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and you can see my price list there. I always price these really cheap. I ran out of toothpaste except for those little bottles right there at the last sale, and just in about a month and a half's time, maybe just a month, I've replenished all this toothpaste, a bunch of mouthwash, all that stuff. Got some things that my mom brought that she's selling, so these items are priced a little differently than mine, but for the most part still pretty reasonably priced items. So of course, if anybody asks prices on these, I will kind of give them some of the prices that she told me. Then I've got some of Axel's clothes up here, and got this all laid out, so then hopefully people will see those. He's got his costumes, different things, and then he's also got some toys and stuff like that over here that maybe they can sell a little bit. It's about 7:30 and we have our first customer, and I always let my customers set their items aside as they shop so I can start bagging them up for them. Alright y'all, so it is only 8:14 in the morning. My first customer showed up at 7:30. I sold $140 worth of stuff to her. Then everybody else started showing up about 10 till 8, and yeah, I've got to add everything up, but I've already sold quite a bit. The last lady that just left, she bought some of those Dave bars that we got for, I think I bought 3 of them, and it was like a $12 moneymaker the other day at Publix. I just sold them for $3 a box, so I just made $9 from those. I didn't even know if those would sell, but they did. So I was like, wow, okay. Also, the lady right before that, she bought all of the toothbrushes, toothpaste, and mouthwash. Now, she was honest and she said she was a reseller, but she still paid me $1 each for all of the items that I was wanting. And then for the mouthwash, instead of $3 each, she paid $2 each for those. But she bought all of that, so my whole entire oral care tote, I did bag it up for her because I'm not giving up my tote, but yeah, what in the world, you guys? So I'm gonna add this up and see how much we've made, and it's only 8:14 in the morning. Look at my helper. Look at that sweet baby right there. Been helping me all morning take everything out here, hadn't you? Yeah. For the first time in my stockpile sale history, I have been completely wiped out of all my oral care products at only 14 minutes into the sale, because technically the sale started at 8 o'clock, and even though yes, some people came earlier, yeah, that is all gone. Several people bought some, and then one lady bought the rest of it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a little look right now. So far we've made a little over $300, and it is not even an hour in, so that is wild. But here is what we're looking like right now. Sold quite a bit of pull-ups, sold some hair care, some body wash, still got plenty left of that. Sold some of the household stuff, but not all of it. I'm surprised that nobody bought like every bit of the toilet paper yet, and also the fact that there's a few Tide Pods left because that's unusual. But yeah, this is what we're looking like right now over here. I guess I'm gonna scoot some of this stuff back, but honestly, a good start to the sale today. No complaints here. I'm sitting here eating some Cheerios, waiting for our next customers, and Ozzy has joined me. Ignore my chair, I don't know what got on that. I guess last time something got on it, but he is our only indoor-outdoor cat. All of our other cats stay inside, but he comes outside, so he likes to love on me while I'm out here. You happy to see me? Yeah, so most nights he sleeps inside, and I fed all the cats this morning when I first got up, like 6 something, and then he came out with us, and he's been out here just while we're setting everything up and all of that. So Ozzy, look at that cutie. What is that cutie doing? Aww. So cute. Then Axel and I threw around the football a little bit while we had no customers.
Oh, almost. Oh, I think it scraped against your finger. Yeah.
All right, y'all, so I look really rough right now, so ignore that. But anyways, so talk about mistakes when you are doing a stockpile sale. Sometimes if you have multiple customers at once, or maybe even sometimes when you just have one customer and they're asking you a lot of questions, like while you're counting and things like that, always try to just double check, your math on everything, because, as couponers, we do math every single day, Also, I told Axel, I was like, I can't focus. So he's throwing the football. But what I was saying is basically, no matter how good you are with your math, whatever, sometimes, get out your calculator, whatever you need to do to stay focused when you're adding people's stuff up. So as I was adding this lady's stuff up, I had the number in my head. She asked me a question. Another man asked me a question. I look back down and she's like, how much do I owe? And I say the number, and then I think, that doesn't sound right.
Stuck in a tree.
Is it really?
No, it really is. What the hell?
So I should have double checked my math, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, I feel like for what she's getting, it should be like a little more. And I am quite sure that I shorted myself at least $10. I don't even know. So knowing myself, I will be kicking myself for that like all day, because I was like, oh my gosh, how did you miscalculate that bad? But the more I thought about it, and as they were leaving and everything, I was like, I feel like I shorted myself there. So anyways, mistakes do happen. Double check your math. Use your calculator if you need to, whatever. Anytime things like that happen, which is not super often for me, I've only had that happen maybe twice that I can think of in accounting today. But I'm just going to chalk it up to maybe they needed those items more than I did, or maybe they needed those items more than I needed the money. And, so, because it wasn't like they were doing anything wrong. It's just that, I'm sure they realized that I calculated wrong, and I'm sure that they were not sad about it, but I was like, Kayla, how did you do that? Anyway, so you live and you learn, and sometimes you short yourself $10. At least it wasn't worse. Guys, so here's a look at my price list. I know you guys have seen it before, but I had one pack of box diapers out there that I sold for $18, so I just put it on there. But you can see what is left on the 50-cent table right now. Plenty of makeup. I might need to scoot these over because the sun is beaming right here right now. It wasn't, but now it is. Have sold some items for my mom over here, so that's good. Over here, I'll lay this one up here, since the table with the laundry stuff, it is pretty much cleared out. Got all this stuff. You guys, a man asked me if these were new, and I was like, yes sir, they are. but they're not filling them as much. You can tell, you guys, like they're not full. And I told him, I said, I don't think they fill them up as much as they used to, but yes sir, they are brand new, never been used. Like, why would I sell a used air freshener? But anyway, I thought that was funny. I was like, I promise they are new. But yeah, so little dishwasher tabs just fell off the table. Have to pick those up. But yeah, just show you guys what I have left right now. Sold a few clothes. The kids have each sold a few clothes, a few toys, things like that. So everybody has made a little bit of money today. There's Axel climbing a tree while we're waiting for more customers to come.
Me and Mom's help, I use this old dog leash to actually put it around
the branch and pull yourself up. All right, y'all, so guess what? It has been several days since the yard sale, and I forgot to record at the end like I normally do and show you guys how much I made and everything. Luckily, as the sale goes on throughout the day, I normally will go ahead and here's Ace. You just want to eat, don't you? All right, guys, so a couple of things. I forgot to record after the sale was over with. So I am going to give you the breakdown of how much we made at the stockpile sale, how much I made for items I sold for my mom, and then also how much the kids made selling their clothing or toys and stuff like that. So luckily, I kind of like jot things down as the sale progresses. That way I can, figure out, what's what and everything. When it comes to things that I'm selling, I don't write down everything, but if it's there's a follow. If it is something for my mom or Axel or Chloe, I'll try to go ahead and write it down. That way I don't forget how much they are owed for certain things that they sold. So anyways, overall at the sale, I made $690. Now that is total, not just what I made, that is total what everybody made. So of that, $9 was Chloe, $12 was Axel, so they didn't sell a lot at this sale, but there's been other sales that they've sold more. My mom made $54 at the sale, so that left the total for everything that I sold from my own personal stockpile of $615, and that was an awesome day. I don't mind to wake up early on a Saturday, literally to prep for my sales like this. I will normally get everything ready on Friday. I'll post my ad on Friday, and then I will get everything set out on Saturday morning. So it's a lot of work the day before, which really only a couple hours depending on what you're doing. And then just laying everything out on Saturday. That's the most part of it. So on Saturday, it's getting up early, getting everything out there, but otherwise I feel like it's totally worth it to make some extra money like that. So yeah, it was a good sale. I'm really happy with how it went. So when I do my sales, just keep in mind that everyone is different. Everybody might have a different way of doing theirs. Some people like to put price tags on all of their items. I don't do that because when I did that in the past, it didn't really work that well for me because people still ask me the prices. So that's why I started making the price list. That has worked the best for me so far. I do put the price on a couple of items just depending on what's going on and everything, but otherwise people normally either still ask me even if I have a price list up there, or they look at the price list. Cowboy is sitting in the window right now, you guys, and he's just looking at me as I'm talking, and he's so adorable. I'll try to show you in a minute if he's still sitting there. But yeah, so that is my stockpile sale. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. I know that you've seen videos like this before from me and from others, but I just like to share it with you anytime I do it. And like I said, I was just proud of myself for actually staying committed to having more than 1 or 2 sales for the year, and the fact that I've already done like 3 has been really great. My last one helped me with purchasing something for Chloe's birthday, so that was really nice. And then this one is just money that is going to help us with things, but it's a great way to do also if you're going to put back money for Christmas or a special occasion or something like that. You need some extra cash. It's definitely a good side hustle to have. But yeah, so that's everything for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button below if you haven't yet for more videos like this and how to learn how to coupon if you have not tried it out yet. There are so many easy digital deals that you can do at multiple stores. I promise it is not as hard as you may think it is, and I would love to help teach you how to coupon. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. There he is sitting in the window. He's so cute. You knocked down my little geese so you could sit in the window, didn't you? Yeah, but he's such a cutie.